the sword of truth, I stand and fight. In the armor of God, my future is bright. Sharpened like steel, by His word I'm made. In the battle of faith I'll never be swayed. The blade of His love cuts through the lies. With the strength of the Savior I rise, I rise, I rise.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bubba's EDC. Hope you all having a wonderful Saturday so far. Been a good one here. Went and did some running around in town, got something to show for that. But first we'll do a little pocket dump. Now it's laid out on front of me, full transparency. What's on my shirt? Full transparency. Since I'm home, my pockets are empty. This is what I toted today though, okay? So, Holy Land Pocket Cross, Brother Dwayne Clark. Always got that. Toted my brass Zippo. I really wish I could do the whole, I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna try. I love that. I think that is so cool. So, little insert is from Brother Mario, MIPD 1980 EDC. But love that, been toting that. This one still has that protective finish on it. Not sure if I'm gonna put it in acetone and strip that off or not. I don't know. But today, we went Salty Saturday. So, I don't know who created that open tag. Several people have done it. See, HT did it today. Mike from Make Cutler Great Again has done it before. Yeah, several people have done it. So, for my modern today, I toted the Ozark Trail, the Darth Vader. It's really good action on this knife. I mean, for a little $5, $6 knife, yeah, I like it. So had that, carried the Kershaw Culpepper. This was a gift from my dear friend, Brother Dwayne Clark at Clark's Kentucky Knives. He's got a new logo. I don't know if he's gonna be doing stickers with that or not, but if you do, I want some. I love his other logo too. They're both fantastic, but the Culpepper, this is just great. I think I want to get the copper one as well. You know, it's a Barlow style with that big beefy clip point blade. That's the same lanyard Brother Dwayne put on there. I didn't find a thing wrong with that lanyard, so I just left it. But absolutely love that knife. Carried that in my pocket today. On my side, in a belt sheath by Brother Howard Bentley. You'll see BH, my initials there. You'll see HB for Howard Bentley, TX for Texas there. And then where we got USA right there. And basket weave on the front, just very, very nice. Got the rivets. Just love this thing. Toting the Cold Steel Ranch Boss 2. Ironically, this was from Brother Howard Bentley as well. I never noticed that before. Oh, you know what? I think he ground off China. That's funny. Yeah, that's what it was. He was grinding off China. I don't know if he did that or that was that way when he got it. But just a big beefy knife. We got the plastic scales, injected polymer fiber, I don't know, whatever it is. Got the liner lock. It's very solid. I mean, it's a good lock. Let's see. There we go. I had a little weak moment there. I couldn't even get it to unlock. But you can look at the lock and see it's got a good solid lock up on it. But very, very nice lanyard on there. That was Brother Howard put that on there, and I just left it. Wasn't nothing wrong with it. And then I've been toting this since I got it. Now, tell you, if you get this is the Swiss Tech LEI TCH or LEI CHT. something like that. If you get this, that right there leaves a lot to be desired. It's plastic. It's not Kydex. It is not a really tight fit. I mean, I'm barely pushing. So I'm either going to look at getting a Kydex one, or I might just try to make a leather one, a tight leather one. Fun little project. I'm just a big kid, but very cool knife. Even with the point on there, it's not really like, it wasn't really pokey, and wasn't really, and the whole thing really wasn't that sharp. So I sharpened it a little bit yesterday. I had a few minutes at work, and I just put it on 600 grit, and it's okay. It's not great. It's just D2 steel, so you kind of have to work at it, but very cool little knife. That's how I carry it right there. Appendix carry up front. As always, I carried the Arcfield Ultra Leatherman Wingman in that there pouch right there. That's just a cheap little, it says SOG case. I believe that was on sale for like $10 on Amazon last October or November. So that was what was in my pockets today. So we went to, oh, this is a Hank my wife made. Man, got the black on the back with the lime green. So that's what was in my pocket today. I've been toting all the ones my wife has made for me, and they're posted on Etsy if you are interested. But we went to, for my sons, to a comic book store, out of my element. Yeah, but my oldest boy, he was looking for a particular series. It's called The Death of Doctor Strange. He's got a couple of them, and he's wanted to get the whole series. And they didn't have any. And then my younger son, he got some that it was Disney characters become like Marvel Avengers, which that was kind of cool. I couldn't believe he had his birthday money, and he paid $5 per comic book. So he paid $20-something for 4 comic books. I was like, anyways. And then in the same shopping center is another, sorry, I had a notification on my iPad, was another store called Nerds World. Yep, Nerds World. Now, this store was okay, but it was busy. Although the person there, the worker said, he said, I guess everybody's out of town because we're not that busy. I'm like, you're not that busy? He said, oh, yeah, it's way more than this. He said, Saturdays and Sunday after church. I was like, well, good to know. Good to know. So, Funko Pops everywhere, if you know what they are. Classic video game systems. I'm talking, y'all. Original Nintendo Entertainment Systems in the box. Some of you know. Some of you are probably gamers. I will play a little bit, but I'm not a gamer. I know how to play, but I'm not a gamer. I mean, like everything you could think of, Segas, all the different Nintendos, all the different PlayStations, Xboxes, Ataris, new in the box from then, the 80s, 90s, GameCubes, it was crazy. And the prices, crazy. And so they had all that stuff. Then in the back was all the Pokemon cards. Well, my youngest, that's what he was wanting to go look at. I know some of you may not be into that. You may not like that. That's okay. My house. So, my son found a few. The younger son, I think he bought 2 cards. But they had a ton, and they had people there just wheeling and dealing and doing trades and store credit, and overwhelming. I texted or messaged some of the guys, and they're like, Bubba, it's no different than us at a knife thing. I'm like, okay. But knives we can use. You can't really use Pokemon cards. But again, I digress. Not against it. I just don't get it. That's all I'm saying. To each their own, like I said. I had comic books when I was a kid. I had a whole mini series of Voltron. Somebody had given me. It was a short series, like 4 or 5. Had all of them. Sleeved, boarded. Wish I still had them. They might be worth some money. So we left there and went to a peddler's mall. And I've been there once before. Y'all have seen I got that Buck 112 Slim Select, I think is what it's called. the green plastic. I got it for 12 bucks. Good deal. So we went in there again today, and on Saturdays it's nuts because their parking lot is full of vendors with pop-up tents. So we didn't walk through none of that. We went straight inside, and inside was crowded, but not too bad. There were a lot of booths that were closed, but the first booth we walked in, when we walked in the door, was a booth on the left. And you know, when you're into something, you can spot it from a distance amongst all the junk. And so we walked in. As soon as I took one step in, I saw that booth to my left, and I looked, and I could see knives. And these were like moderns, like new, cheap stuff. So I'm just looking. And then on inside a glass case on top shelf, I just see that right there. And I was like, that looks like a Barlow. And so I looked in front, and it looked like it had a lanyard come out of the back of it. I was like, well, maybe that's something funky. So I asked the lady if I could look at it. And she finally got over there to me, pulled it out. And sure enough, it's a Granddaddy Barlow. Now, it does need work. So anyways, I was looking at it. And then the husband, she was dealing with their grandson. And the husband came over, and I was like, what you want for it? And he looked at it, and he's like, 20 bucks. I was like, no. I was like, man, the handle's gonna have to be redone. He said, oh, you don't like those handles? I said, no, I like the handles. I said, but, you know, the handles are coming off. The thing needs some work. I said, all the pins are proud, like very proud. All of them except for that one. That one's sunk in. He said, what do you think? I was like, 10 bucks. He did one of those. Okay. I was like, okay. I didn't have cash on me. I looked at my son. I was like, borrow 10 bucks. So I got to pay him his 10 bucks back. But it is a Valor Japan. Y'all, it's not in bad shape. This is probably going to be another project. I've got several on the back burner. Blade's not perfectly centered, which is fine. The handles are coming off. If you look right there where they sanded, they kind of sanded some of the metal in the same direction. You can see that right there. But it's solid. It doesn't really have any snap until you get right there. So I'm sure that'll clean up, but you know, we got some gapping. But for 10 bucks, I've been wanting a Granddaddy Barlow, a bone handle. I don't know if it's bone or stag. I don't know if it's bone that's made to look like stag. I want to say it's stag, but y'all tell me what you think. I think it's stag, but I think it's cool. It's got the long nail nick, and that's gonna be a fun one. So I just got it home a couple hours ago. I ain't obviously no cleaning or nothing, but I think it's cool. So now I got a Granddaddy Barlow. So we walked on through there some more, and there was nothing down the first stretch. So we went back down the same stretch I went down last time. First case on the right, I'm like, all right, I want to look at that. I said, that was here last time. I couldn't read the label. So there's several things in there. I was like, I want to look at those. And so I walked on down, and as we walked down, there was a lady had one of the other cases open for two guys, had a bunch of old knives in there. And so they were looking. I was like, well, they were done looking. I was like, man, why you got that open? Can I look? So they had a similar to this bone, but it had a bail, big blade. But when you open it up all the way, it has a thing popped out here on the back, and that's supposed to be your release to unlock it. And it was an IXL, old one, like old, but the lock was broke. It would not lock open at all. And it's not like it was even a detent like that, you know what I'm saying? Like it would just flop. And they wanted 40 bucks for it. If it would have been working properly, I would have thought about it. But no telling if that would be fixable or not. So She said, well, we got more knives in here. I was like, oh yeah, well, I want to see some down here. She said, okay. And she just started walking. She locked it up and started walking that way. I was like, oh, all these on the same key? She's like, yeah. I was like, oh, that's smart. She said, yeah, in this section here, we got them all on the same key. She's like, once you get back in the back, she's like, that's everybody's on individual keys. I'm like, okay. So I'm looking down there, and there's this wood handle knife, and I'm like, it's either a Japanese knife or it's a Pakistan. It had that look, you know, brass bolster, bare head, and sure enough, it was Pakistan. So nothing against it, but wasn't for me. So I'm looking. There's some nice things there, some case peanuts and different things, and then I see those handles. And anybody knows anything knows that's winter bottom bone. So I opened it up and I was like, oh, no tang stamp. But if you look really close, you can see 11EO, no, hashtag 11EO, and the EEL for steel. It's Queen Steel. Not loud snap, but it's there. Blade's got a little bit of, you know, little chip. I don't know if that'll show. There's a little chip right there. Not perfect, but a little easy open, slimline trapper. That's what I'm gonna call it. So I was tickled pink. To find it, I was like, oh man, it's gonna be so pricey. $6.99. I said, I'll take that. And I put it right in her hand. So I didn't see nothing else. But for basically $17, this was 10 out the door, $6.99 plus tax. I think I done better than good. So very, very good finds today. I know those will clean up good. This one is not even bad. Just a little bit of stuff down in the blade well, not much. I will polish the back side of the blade and I will sharpen it. I will probably not touch the fronts because I don't want to risk losing that, what I can read of the Queen Steel. I know it doesn't matter, but I just think that's so cool. The winter bottom bone is so cool. And then a week or so ago, at work, I was getting ready to head back from the customer I had to go see, and there was an antique store there. So I pulled in real quick, and I was looking, and as soon as you turn in the front door, right there on the right, there's a little glass case. I've been there before. And one time in there, they had like 8 or 9 of those Handyman Club of America knives. You know, if you're part of that club, they send you the knives yearly or whatever. They had 8 or 9 of them, but they wanted, I don't know, I think they only wanted $10 a piece. And I was like, man, it'd be cool to have all of them because, you know, maybe you could collect all of them, even though they're just cheap knives. But anyways, so they were all gone. But I saw, was this in that? Yes, saw this in there. So I don't know what you call it. It's equal end, but a swell center. So I don't know. Now it's rough. It's absolutely rough. Here's your main blade. There's no markings anywhere on it. You can see the main blade is sticking up a little bit right there. Little pin blade has been beat. It's been very much beat. It's sticking up right there. And then the old spade blade or whatever it is, it's not sticking up all the way. So that one's good. But I think it's Queen. Y'all have to let me know what you think. It's got some white junk in between there today because I tried to wipe it with Never Dull, and that's what it did. That's why I hate that Never Dull. I'd rather use Mothers or Flits. The Never Dull, I know some of y'all love it. I'm not a fan. So, yeah, not a fan. So, y'all let me know what you think. I think it's Queen. It probably ain't worth no more than, I paid $5 for it. I don't remember if I said that or not. $5 plus tax, so $5.35 is what I paid. So as a knife, it's worth that. But I think it's a queen. So I'm gonna call it a queen, because I mean, the bone is real similar. Ignore the white stuff. Like I said, that's that stupid never dull. So y'all let me know what you think. But I think I've done pretty good. So for all three of those, we're talking less than 23 bucks. So I think that was pretty good. So that was our day, and now the older two kids and my wife are going to a friend's graduation party. One of them drop-in deals, 4 to 8 p.m. drop in, celebrate with us. So they're headed to Loganville, hour away almost, to do that. Me and the youngest stayed here. We ain't down for all. I'm peopled out today. Too many people in the comic book store, the antique store, and Nerds World. I'm just peopled out. And I got church tomorrow, so I need to get my people in good again for in the morning. So I'm gonna do a couple videos today. I got this one to do. I got a review to do. Might do that cleaning video on that buck, I don't know. But yeah, hope you'll have a wonderful weekend. The rest of it, I hope some majority of you can at least have the Monday off, paid day off. I hope so. If not, get that overtime, baby. Get that overtime. So y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe, and don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Whatever. Y'all do something kind for someone. Remember, it goes a mighty long ways. God bless you.
With the sword of truth, I stand and fight. In the armor of God, my future is bright. Sharpened like steel, by his word I'm made. In the battle of faith, I'll never persuade. The blade of his love cuts through the lies. With the strength of the Savior I rise, I rise, I rise.